Welcome to the Nick Nightmare birthday bash of Monday Night Raw, everybody. I'm Constable Corbin Burnson, not the asshole new King of the Ring Corbin Burnson wannabe. Constable Dickhead. I can't believe... Can you believe they made him the champion? I can't. I can't believe it. Can you guys believe that they made him the King of the Ring? He's not the champion, bro. Calm down. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time, Mr. Nick Nightmare, and all you sledgeheads out there. Calm down, bro. I didn't bring you on the birthday bash to set things off in this wrong foot. Like, I know Monday Night Raw was an absolute piece of garbage. Nobody can dispute that. It was the worst birthday present that anybody could have ever gave me. It's almost like they knew every single thing that you absolutely hated. I know, it's like they purposely did everything that I didn't want them to do. It's like, hey, it was Nick Nightmare's birthday, so let's just piss him off. Isn't that right? That's right. Thank you, Mr. Corbin Burnson, for showing up for my birthday. Happy birthday, bro. Well, thank you, sir. And thank you guys for checking out the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show tonight. That's right. Thank you guys for coming out to the birthday bash of Monday Night Raw. September 16th is usually a beautiful, fantastic day. September 16th is a very, very special day for me. It is a day when a beautiful woman 42 years ago pushed out a piece of shit kid. He was a dirty little runt bastard, and he grew up to be the Sledgehammer of professional wrestling and your absolute favorite Raw Review host. My name is Nick Nightmare. Welcome, everybody, to the show tonight. If you enjoyed Monday Night Raw tonight, give me a hell yeah. I'll wait. I know that what we hear right now is crickets, and the WWE is just absolutely brutal. Tonight it was like a test of torture for us. Let's just do anything that we want. Let's just go out there and make the absolute worst episode of Monday Night Raw. We're going to throw a whole bunch of shit in and around the King of the Ring. That's not going to mean a goddamn thing. We're going to litter the show with Bray Wyatt, almost to the point where they did a little bit too much with Bray Wyatt, leading to that very cool ending with the Fiend. But everything in between was just a bunch of raw, stinking, piled up, heaping, hot, disgusting, Shane McMahon sweat-covered, Stephanie McMahon trash bag, Vince McMahon grapefruit-sized garbage. Welcome to the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, everybody. If this is your first time here, this is how we do things, isn't it, boys and girls? My brothers and sisters of the Sledgehead Army, I pity you guys if you, like me, sat through this absolute bullshit show. I cannot believe that somebody sat down and wrote this show. I knew we were in trouble right from the get-go when earlier today, I'm at work, I'm doing my best to get through my workday so that I can come home and try to enjoy my fucking birthday, and I see on Twitter that we're gonna have a fucking gender reveal for the Cuck family. We all know, if you're a fan of this show, you all know how I feel about the Cuck family. And thank you, every single one of you guys that are wishing me a happy birthday in the chat room. You're going to have to forgive me if I kind of stray off base. I'm trying to give you guys the best review possible. And this is the first time in a long time we've gone live. And I love seeing you guys in the chat room. I promise I'm going to try to look over there as much as possible. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. I really, really appreciate every single one of you guys coming out here tonight to support the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show on this very special day. It's a damn shame that Monday Night Raw didn't decide to take notes and do something special as well. Instead, all they did was shit all over us tonight. They shit all over us. They started off the show with Seth Rollins coming out there, and you want to know something? I don't understand Seth Rollins. How can you possibly come out there and be fine after everything that you had to go through last night and the way that the Clash of the Champions went off the air, and then you were standing there, Seth Rollins, the world's biggest dweeb, not even affected, not even caring, not one little smite of a bit
Oh, I got attacked by the Fiend. Let me not give a shit. Let me come out smiling and doing the whole baby face thing. What the fuck is wrong with him? Seth Rollins is either a terrible actor or he really doesn't understand what it is he's supposed to be doing. Why is he not absolutely terrified, just like everybody else? He is now in the targets of the most deranged, the scariest, the craziest guy on the roster, and this guy's coming out not giving a fuck. And I'm sitting here like, what? Are you fucking kidding me right now? He's just almost laughing it off. And then Bray Wyatt does what Bray Wyatt does. He welcomes us to the Firefly Funhouse. He brought out all his little puppets, and he had these little pictures on the wall of all the legends that he's taken out, and they do everything with the Firefly Funhouse very, very well. But the way that they are packaging Seth Rollins opposite this thing, if you're sitting there expecting a back and forth, if you're expecting some kind of a really heated, intense argument that means something between Seth Rollins and Bray Wyatt, you're going to be waiting a very long time. Seth Rollins is one of the most uninteresting promos that there is now that he's babyface Seth Rollins. All he's got to do is go out there and wrestle. I don't need all this extra bullshit when it comes to Seth Rollins. Definitely don't need him being the Universal Champion. Hell in a Cell cannot come fast enough, if you ask me. Another thing on this night that we have to absolutely come down on is just the fact that Braun Strowman, Mr. Brown Spray Tan himself, the giant 7-foot waste of talent, the giant 7-foot failure of an opportunity, the monster among dung, who is worth absolutely nothing at this point after having lost to Seth Rollins last night clean at Clash of Champions, he is worth just about as much as a Bobby Roode or a Dolph Ziggler, which is absolutely nothing. He's worth jack shit. And then you have this lumbering lummox of an idiot come out there tonight during a tag team summit. Oh, we love the summits, right? Fuck these segments, man. Tag team summits, championship summits, Daniel Bryan's fucking summit. Meanwhile, nobody ever gets to the top of these summits. We always have these things happen, and then something stupid, like a big brown roaring idiot, comes walking down to the ring and single-handedly dismantles the two heavyweight champion tag teams of the world. You guys, tell me right now, say it in the comments if you want, say it in the chat room. Do you guys think for 1 minute that what Braun Strowman did tonight has made him look better to you or to me or to anybody else in the world that has at least 1/4 of a brain? If you have a functioning brain, even if in this much, it's just got to work just this much, you know that it don't mean shit. And all you did was take another festering dump on top of the tag team division. It's bad enough that you got the Revival as the champions on the wrong show, and nobody wants to see them as champions at this point anyway. And now you got this makeshift Rudolph bullshit tag team, the Ziglorious Dumbasses, Mr. Perfect and Robert Roode 2.0, and that's being generous. It's more like discount Roode and Perfect, coming out there representing Monday Night Raw as the tag team champions. And you would think this fucking summit would be to establish them as the heads of their field. Maybe they're going to actually go somewhere with the tag team division. I actually found myself interested for just a second, and don't blame me. Maybe I let my birthday get to my head. Maybe I was trying to find good in all of this bullshit, but I was hoping just for a second that this summit was going to end with the Revival facing off against the Ziglorious Rudolphs so that we could unify the tag team divisions and stop this tag team nonsense that's going on. But instead, the big brown snowman, the giant 7-foot spray tan, comes roaring down to the ring and takes a shit on the champions of the tag team division, subsequently taking a shit on the whole entire tag team division in and of itself. For Braun fucking Strowman to look strong after he lost to the world's biggest championship dweeb that there has ever been at the top of the WWE ladder? Seth Rollins is a dweeb. He's trying so hard to be cool that he's not cool. And yet, He beats a gigantic man like Braun Strowman with ease. And I got people coming at me, oh, but he beat Brock Lesnar twice. He beat Brock Lesnar twice. That don't mean shit. Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman are two different people. They should not have the same set of rules. Braun Strowman had the opportunity when he was first brought up to be a megastar. Instead, he has been made into a mega failure. He is just another big show for Vince McMahon to play with, and he's going to flip-flop him into and out of storylines at his leisure. Just at the whim of Vince McMahon.
Oh, but Vince McMahon wasn't at the show tonight, Mr. Nightmare.
That don't mean shit. That don't mean shit. Oh, Paul Heyman was in charge tonight, sir. Bullshit. Just because Paul Heyman is the one at the show calling the shots doesn't mean he's not speaking Vince McMahon's voice. It doesn't mean he doesn't have Vince McMahon's script to execute. And while we may have had some decent segments on this night, for the most part, as you all know, this was a goddamn circus. And the worst birthday gift anybody in the world could ever give me. If I was trying to recruit new wrestling fans, which I guess I sort of am every single time we do this show, I'm not going to point to tonight's show as something that you should look at as a reason to watch Monday Night Raw. Yes, King Corbin is now a thing. All right, listen, we were in a no-win situation with that King of the Ring finals. And that's no disrespect, and that is no slight to Chad Gable. The kid is absolutely fantastic. But the King of the Ring is a heel gimmick. You can't give it to a Chad Gable unless they had some sort of a weird plan for him to turn, or I just don't believe Chad Gable had the charisma to get over the King of the Ring the way it's needed to get over. And essentially, King of the Ring is a heel gimmick. So, if Corbin wins, we lose. And if Gable wins, we kind of lose. And we all know, fans of this show that are not new to the channel tonight, you know, because you were here a few weeks ago when they announced the King of the Ring. And I told you guys the lineup that very night. And told you that instant that Baron Corbin's name is on this list. He hasn't been on TV in months. And the only reason his name is on this list is because he is going to be the King of the Ring of 2019. Because Vince McMahon loves his penis-sized head that much. I don't get it. I don't get how you could be so god-awful for so long, and then all of a sudden, like a switch was turned on. Finally puts on some good fucking matches, and now he's being put in the King of the Ring. Is it going to be more entertaining than a Chad Gable? Yes. Is it going to be something that we are going to tune into Monday Night Raw to see? No. This guy is going to continue doing what he has been doing as Baron Corbin from the very beginning. He's just going to keep shitting on the fans. Oh, you guys didn't want me to be king, and now I'm king. You can boo-hoo and cry in your tears and la-di-fucking-da. He's going to go down the same old fucking road he's been on. It's not going to be anything new. He's just going to be wearing a fucking crown. Maybe. We are going to see the coronation tonight. Apparently, when you win the King of the Ring, it does not call for a coronation anymore. Half of the time with the King of the Ring, when you go back, the match of the finals was pretty much shit, and what made the event special was the coronation. Much like Bret the Hitman Hart in the King of the Ring, when he won the first time out, and he beat Bam Bam Bigelow in a match that nobody expected Bam Bam Bigelow to win. It didn't matter. Bret went up there, he put the goofy crown on his head, he had his coronation, and Jerry the King Lawler came out and made history and started a whole nother angle. There is specialness in the coronation. Most historically, Stone Cold Steve Austin became who the fuck he was thanks to the promo that he cut during the coronation, but Baron Corbin is not worthy of a coronation immediately following. He needs 24 hours to prepare. He needs Vince McMahon to sit there with him and give him out the outline. We're going to say this, we're going to say that, you're going to call people tiny, you're going to do fart jokes, you're going to do fifth grade humor, you're going to be Baron Corbin, the guy that I love, and fuck the fans. That's all I see when I see Baron Corbin walking around as the new King of the Ring. It does drive me nuts. It absolutely drives me insane rage. You know this, man. We all knew this going in. This, like I said, this was a no-win situation, especially for me. So let's try to keep tally. We got Baron Corbin winning the King of the Ring on my birthday. Strike one. Let's move along. What are some of the other things that Nick hates on Monday Night Raw? Bam, 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 bam. I smell like cat piss and fucking mothballs. I'm your grandma's closet, and you hate me, especially me. You all know what I'm singing. You all know what I'm doing. I fucking hate Lacey Evans. I hate everything about her. She is a fucking waste. And do you know what's even worse than giving me Lacey Evans on my birthday? Giving me Lacey Evans versus Dana Brooke. That is like the absolute worst. Why not just call up fucking Alicia Fox and throw her in there for the triple threat and make it the trifecta and just have my brain completely implode on itself because I fucking couldn't stand this match? Can you tell me that match was worth watching? Somebody please go in the chat, go in the comment. Tell me it was worth watching. Tell me it was worth watching so that I can call you an idiot and so that I can bring the hammer down on you, because that wasn't worth watching. It wasn't worth anybody's time. It wasn't worth them even being in it. Did it make Dana Brooke look any good? No, it made her look worse than a Lacey Evans. Did it make Lacey Evans look good? Absolutely not, because the girl is god-awful. The girl's laying there in the middle of the ring holding hands with Dana Brooke. Did you catch that spot? Did anybody else see the spot where they were laying there staring into each other's eyes like lovers, holding hands on the mat? I don't know what was happening there. Somebody obviously missed their cue and didn't know what the fuck to do. Obviously, the same could be said about the guy who was writing. He didn't know what to do. We're just going to have this ridiculous match, but I don't know what to do with it, so we're just going to do it. Awful. So there you go. You got Lacey Evans and Dana Brooke. That's a 2-for-1 combo, so you already got 3 strikes. You're out. What else does Nick Nightmare fucking hate more than anything on Monday Night Raw? Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross as the tag team champions with their consecutive streak of being on every single show that the WWE is going to have. The tag team champions for the woman couldn't get 5 seconds on TV. All of a sudden, it's on Little Miss fucking Biscuit Buns, and we get to see it every goddamn show, multiple times a show. That's not fair. That's not what I want to see. What else does Nick Nightmare fucking hate? Since we're going down the road of the women's division, this may seem like I'm bashing on the ladies, but you guys all know that is not the case. I love my ladies. I love my women's wrestling. What I do not love are particular ladies, and these are the particular ladies that the WWE is choosing to push down our throats. So who do we know more than anything that Mr. Nightmare does not want to see on his TV? It's definitely the Cucknellis family. A gender reveal. You got nothing better for the Street Profits to do than stand there and do a gender reveal for 2 people they never fucking met before in their life? Why was everybody else back there? Why do anybody give a shit about what is going on with the Cucknellises? And then Maria Kanellis wants to tell Mike Kanellis that Ricochet is the father of her fucking impregnated belly, and that's the baby daddy. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, what does Casey Catanzaro think about this? That's not fucking cool. Maybe this is why she left. She knew they were gonna do stupid shit like this, and she don't want to be around while they're accusing her man of impregnating an ugly beast woman. That whole entire segment was ridiculous, and all it was penis joke after penis joke after cuck joke, and making Mike Kanellis look like a jackass. Why Maria Kanellis is being given this ball to fucking run with, I don't even know. Why are we seeing this? This is on par and equal to the hey, look at me, I'm a clown, 24/7 avocado toast, gold-plated championship nonsense that we had to go through tonight. So what are we up to? About 8 things that piss me off, that we usually get 1 or 2 of these things on every episode. We are getting them all out there tonight because it's Nick Nightmare's birthday and we want to say, fuck you, bro. We want to give you a Raw that is just going to make you want to take that hammer and shove it down your own throat harder than we shove Roman Reigns down your throat. What a fucking ridiculous thing. And don't even get me started on the AOP promo. Sure, it was very cool. It was very cool. It was great to see them speaking in their own language, saying some cool words. We got to do some reading on Monday Night Raw. So I hope you guys had your glasses on. Spectacles, tacticals, wallet, and watch. Let's check it out. And let's see what the AOP had to say. What did the AOP had to say? Well, if you didn't know, and if you missed it, all you have to do is go back about a year or two ago. Remember when Kevin Owens came up, and Kevin Owens was a prize fighter? He fights for money, and nobody wants to fight him anymore because he's such a dominant KO. Now it's the KOP! It's the Kevin Owens twins! Why do they have to recycle such stupid shit? Something so simple. When were the Authors of Pain ever fucking prize fighters? Do they really not want to acknowledge NXT? They want to fucking promote it to high hell so you let you go and you watch it on Wednesday. But they don't want to fucking talk about the real deal. Which was what happened with the AOP in NXT. You're gonna have them sitting there in their fancy little suits. Looking like the fucking Blues Brothers. Give me a break. Absolute waste. This is something that should have been done with these guys from day one. They're going to be missing in action for God fucking knows how long. And you're going to bring them back, put them in a little bit of a vignette, make them say something cool, and get everybody's... everybody's going to get all excited about it, right? We're going to, oh, the AOP, maybe this is it. Maybe this is what we're going to do. No, man, no. Don't get excited. What did they do with any of the other fucking tag teams? Before you know it, the AOP is going to be fucking losing to the Zaglorious Rudolphs, and we're going to be right back at square one. I want to talk about coming back out of nowhere. Rusev coming out of nowhere, looking like Freddie Mercury just took a whole bunch of fucking anabolic steroids. I don't know what the mustache was about. Guy looked fantastic physically. I don't know why I just did that. I don't know why I said that, but that's what comes to mind. I look at the guy, and I'm trying to pimp what this guy reminds me of somebody. I'm looking at Rusev. I'm like, when he first came out, I'm like, who the fuck is that? Because I heard the Rusev music, but then I'm like, that's not Rusev. And as he's walking closer, I'm like, no, okay, that is Rusev. He's just got like this, this like Russian spy mustache going on, and his hair's nicely trimmed, and he looks like he cut some weight, so he looks really thin, and he looks in great fucking shape, but he looks like a Freddie Mercury stunt double. And then if you don't know who Freddie Mercury is, you may be a little bit too young for this show and the references we're going to be throwing out there. If you know who he is, then you can't tell me I'm wrong. And if you can tell me somebody else that you thought Rusev looked like, please feel free to do so, and I will try to see if I catch it in that chat room, which is on fire. I am loving the action going on, and hooray for friendship. This is what I'm talking about. We're building a family here. We are Raw brothers and sisters, and we are gathered here today for this birthday bashing of Monday Night Raw, and it is well deserved. I hope you guys are having a good time tonight, and we are really kicking ass here, and we are going to get it into high gear. Let's pull up the official fucking results. We have been rambling on since we've gone live, and I hope you guys are having fun. That's all I can say. We want to have fun. That's what we do here. We bring down the hammer with truth and justice, but we like to have a good time as well. We come bringing the jokes, and we come bringing the fire, and I hope you guys brought your fire protection, because here we go. We're going to spit this shit real as we get into Monday Night Raw. September 16th, 2019, coming from Knoxville, Tennessee, home of the Demon Mayor Kane, and we will get more into that as the night goes on. What is another thing we could add on? We forgot to add Kane to that list, so there's what, like number 153 of the things that I hate that they did tonight? We opened up with the Seth Rollins, Bray Wyatt thing back and forth, if you want to call it that. The only thing good about it, of course, as always, is the Fiend. He says and teases that he may be back out to say hello to Seth Rollins later on tonight. I appreciate a good tease. I like to be teased. Sometimes it feels good to be teased if you've teased in the right way, and the Fiend definitely does that. My only wish is that his target was something a little bit more interesting than Seth Rollins. And I don't know if you just came to the dance, Mr. Will Ferrell, number one, my friend. Thank you for coming out to the show. But I already told you guys, it doesn't matter that Paul Heyman was the only one backstage running the show on Raw tonight, because Paul Heyman was walking around with Vince McMahon's notebook. And do you think for 1 minute the man who has that book is going to stray from it if he wants to get his fucking paycheck on time, bro? No, the man is there to execute Vince McMahon's plan. And they are there to be the fall guys for episodes like this that look like absolute dog shit. And then Vince could go, "Oh, well, I wasn't there. This wasn't my fault. This must be Heyman's fault." We're not fucking stupid here, right, you guys? We are the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. We have fucking brains. Don't dangle that shit in front of me and think that that's going to get Vince McMahon off the hook. Because I certainly am not going to blame Paul Heyman for the garbage we've seen tonight. I'm sure he had his fingers in a few things, but at the end of the day, he's got to do what the good book says. And who writes the good book? The devil. Vince McMahon. Just wanted to point that out there for anybody that missed the open. Because this is still a Vince McMahon production. Don't get it twisted. Braun Strowman came out. Charlie Caruso stops him in the back. Chucky Caruso. Why he's here, I don't know. Why they're giving him TV time, I don't know. I don't really give a shit what this man's going to do, but all he has to say is that whoever is in the ring is going to get these hands. And Braun Trash Can spoiled everything that was going to come next. We had the Tag Team Summit. The Tag Team Summit went to shit. It got destroyed by Braun Strowman. The champs look like chumps. I don't understand why they did this, nor do I really care. Where are we going to go with Braun Strowman from here? Is he repairable? I don't think so. But we'll have to wait and see. Vince will do whatever he can, and even if it sucks to high hell, we're going to have to see it regardless. So we'll have to wait and see. With the upcoming draft coming up, the best thing that could possibly happen would be that Braun Strowman goes to SmackDown Live, because seeing him on Monday Night Raw just brings back everything that we've already seen, and it's just dog shit. Dog shit. We got to see Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss drinking coffee in the back, because that's what we need to see on Monday Night Raw. We had a 6-man tag team matchup, the OC versus the Viking Raiders and Cedric Alexander. This match was a little long for a 6-man match. I don't really care. I don't give a shit about what the hell is going on when it comes to any of these people involved. The OC already have become nothing more than a one-note joke. They're just there to be the heels for whatever babyface of the moment needs to have a moment. Just like we've seen with Kane at the end of this show. They're useless. But you have AJ Styles there. And you got Cedric Alexander there. And you got these two guys putting on some great stuff in the ring. Their matches against each other have been fantastic. They're singles matches. This match for a 6-man tag wasn't that bad. We had to go to commercial in between, and I wasn't really interested. It didn't matter who won or who lost. But it is interesting to note that AJ Styles, for the second night in a row, got a pin on Cedric Alexander. So what does this mean? Are they just going to move away from Cedric? Or are they building to something further down the line? I don't know how you really can build off of this guy just getting beat over and over and over again. How do you have the War Raiders on your side and you don't have the odds even enough for you to at least look good? I don't get it. A useless 6-man tag that goes to the OC and it doesn't make a lick of difference. Post-match attack. After this went down, the OC immediately attacked Cedric Alexander. The Vikings make the save, and a brawl breaks out. Again, it comes down to everybody just throwing everybody outside the ring, and it was just chaos, because that's what the WWE likes to book, pure fucking chaos. Fucking stupid. It gets even stupider from here, because then we have the 24/7 I don't give a shit, hey look at me, I'm a clown, avocado toast, gold-plated championship, green belt that looks like a fucking gigantic snot with some bling on it. R-Truth and Carmella are getting a tour of Knoxville by Kane. Kane is giving them a guided tour of the town. Did you care? Did you care? Did you want to flip the channel as soon as I did? Because it really didn't matter to me. It really didn't. This is just fucking useless fodder. Brainless, mindless, childish bullshit. I don't even think the kids are laughing at this crap. That's how fucking useless it is. King of the Ring finals. Now we can get a little bit serious. Baron Corbin versus Chad Gable. This match was great. This match was great. And for all the hate and all the jokes we throw at Constable Dickhead, you would be an idiot if you didn't look at it honestly and say that this guy, at least in ring, hasn't improved tenfold. We've gone from seeing him be a perennial loser to being one of the better things about the actual King of the Ring tournament. Every single match the guy was in was pretty damn good. We didn't want him to win. We would have much rather have seen this go to anybody else. He did not cheat to win at all. That's an excellent point, Will. And I can't get behind him as King of the Ring just based off of my personal dislike of the character. But it might be able to grow on me if they do things in an entertaining way. I don't expect that to be the case. I have a feeling we are going to just keep complaining about it over and over and over again, which is going to make my show feel like Monday Night Raw, and that is the worst thing that I could possibly do to you guys. I don't want you guys to feel like you're watching Raw twice. So we have to do better than they do. And the King of the Ring, as a whole, the tournament, with the exception of the Shane McMahon involvement and the whole, Samoa Joe Ricochet double pin bullshit, was not that bad. It was not that bad. It actually was good at times. We got to see some great action. And even though Corbin won, I don't regret it as a whole. And we have to try to be positive where we can. And maybe we can get some sort of a return to the Baron Corbin that once held so much hope. You guys, I keep it honest. Like I said, I hate this guy. He's way down low on the totem pole. But you got to give respect and you got to give credit where credit is due. And I think Baron Corbin earned a little bit of a pass tonight. We said what we said at the beginning. My Constable Corbin Burnson, my constable, he went off of the handle at the beginning of the show. If you missed that, you got to go back and watch it. But all kidding aside, props to Baron Corbin, the 2019 King of the Ring. Hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. Let's move down from here. Baron Corbin did not get a coronation. Like I said, the fans definitely got into this match. They were asleep at the beginning, but they definitely woke up towards the end because the guys earned every minute of it. And after this match was the gender reveal party for Maria Kanellis and Mike Kanellis backstage, hosted by the Street Profits for some unknown reason. They got the Street Profits up on the main roster from NXT to do shit like this and not be in the ring wrestling. Personally, and don't call this fucking racist, alright, because it's not, and I've already got shit on it. Oh, well, why do you have to just put them together because they're all black? No, assholes. Cedric Alexander and the Street Profits would be a fantastic trio. Oh, you're just saying that because they're all black. No, I'm not, you fucking moron. What does the Viking Warrior Raider dumbass experienced dickheads have to do with Cedric Alexander? Do they look like they go together? Absolutely not. It doesn't make sense. What the hell does it... Oh, well, they were fighting with the OC. Well, that should have never began. That should have never began. When they came down to bail out Cedric last week, it was already over. This whole thing is just forced, and it's garbage. And it was a waste of the Street Profits. Putting them here instead of there. Dick jokes. Accusing Ricochet of being the father. It's a boy. It's going to be a boy, by the way, if you give a shit. And if you do give a shit, and you enjoyed this, then you're a real shitty wrestling fan. You don't enjoy wrestling. You enjoy soap opera. You enjoy the shit that your mom used to watch when you were 7. So why don't you go back to E? Because that's where you can find all this shit. Why don't you wait for the Chrisleys to come on after Monday Night Raw? Because that's probably more your speed. This is fucking awful. Minutes of our life that we will not get back. And it didn't end there. Because this whole gender reveal party would end with a fucking matchup. Mike Kanellis versus Ricochet. Which ended in about a minute and a half, tops, making Mike Kanellis look like even more of an idiot. This guy's a former TNA Impact Heavyweight Champion of the world. Ricochet, I'm sure he's real happy to be part of the company now. This is what he signed up for. 2-minute matches on Monday Night Raw versus fucking nobodies over who's the baby daddy. That's way more interesting than developing your indie career and winning championships all over the world. This is what it's all about. Being a cuck. Fucking ridiculous. And it still didn't end from there. Because after this fucking matchup, Ricochet leaves. Maria Kanellis comes out. She's still berating Mike Kanellis. She's teasing who the real father is. And that's when Rusev Freddie Mercury comes out, decides he's going to make a mockery of Mike Kanellis as well. Mike Kanellis pleaded and begged with him, please, Mr. Rusev, I'm already a fucking ass clown. I'm already doing all this shit. Please don't make me get beat up anymore. I've already signed on and I'm getting paid by the WWE to be the biggest walking piece of trash known to man. I'm going to be in the embarrassment of my friends and my family. Please, please, sir, don't kill me up. Don't fuck me up. Please, Mr. Rusev. Didn't work on Rusev. Rusev didn't give a fucking shit. Rusev beat his ass down. And that's how you bring back Rusev? You don't bring him back opposite AJ Styles. You don't bring him back maybe challenging Shinsuke Nakamura for the Intercontinental Championship. You don't have Rusev come back and maybe target a big fish in the yard. No, we don't have any of that. You have Rusev come back for this. He's better off back in catering. He's better off staying home, putting his face between Lana's boobles, and having a great birthday for me on his own right now. Thank you once again, everybody, for all your fucking awesome birthday wishes, and thank you all very much for coming out to tonight's Sledgehammer TV show live edition of the Nick Nightmare Monday Night Raw Birthday Bash. Everybody make sure you smash that thumbs up while we are in here. We're already at 40 minutes. We are firing on all cylinders, and everybody is still here hanging out. You guys are fucking awesome. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel right now, to join the family, because you're missing out on some of the most fun, awesome analysis that you will ever get on Monday Night Raw, and we keep it real better than anybody else that you have seen anywhere in the world. Nick Nightmare and his family here at the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, you are all welcome. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. Ring that notification bell so you don't miss anything that we do here. And as always, hit that thumbs up. If you're having a good time tonight, give me a hell yeah in the chat room, baby. That's what I want to see. I want to see him going up. You can drop some pesos if you want. I don't ever want to ask. I don't ever want to ask anybody for money. I'm not a fucking beggar. I don't do that shit. But that's completely up to you guys. And I don't care. You do, you don't. That's not going to affect us one way or another, because I love you guys with or without your dollars. How about them apples? All right, back to Monday Night Raw since we did that little plug-a-rooski there. And actually, I need to get myself a drink. So let's just take a 2-second break. Let's see if this works. We're going to try to play an ad here. Stick with me, and we'll be right back. Some of you guys are seeing an ad. Some of you guys are seeing me. So if you're still seeing me, here's a Coke for you. I'm sorry. It says it's playing the ad. But now we're back. If you just saw me sit here quietly for a good 30 seconds and drink a Coke, thank you for sitting through that. You were supposed to see an ad, which was another way that we could try to get money without having to ask you guys, because I don't want you guys giving it to me out of your pockets like that. So, let's get back to Monday Night Raw. This live thing is new here, so we're going with the flow. Thank you guys always for sticking with me as we're doing things here, man. We're trying to become the next biggest wrestling channel in the world. And I need every one of you guys to help me on that way. So, we talked about Rusev versus Mike Kanellis. Nobody gave a shit. Kanellis tapped out to Rusev after the match. Maria walked to the back. Rusev celebrate. And they said, Rey Mysterio's coming out. Hooray! I'm sorry. I'm waiting for you guys to finish being excited, because I was faking being excited. Were you guys excited about Rey Mysterio coming back? No. Oh, I didn't think so. And tonight, on Monday Night Raw, this episode, the role of Samoa Joe will be played by Cesaro, as Cesaro has now become the journeyman of the WWE that's showing up on every show just to lose to whoever needs a win on this show. And if they could say Rey Mysterio's son, Dominic, any more than they did tonight, I think what you guys should do is make that a drinking game. Next time you're going to watch SmackDown Live, or you're going to get ready to watch Hell in a Cell, make the word Dominic one of the words in your drinking game list. You will be piss-ass drunk by the time you get out of your Rey Mysterio match. And the kid won't even be there. The kid won't even be ringside. The kid showed up once. He stood there, he cast a gigantic shadow over his tiny dad. And he was like, hey, Tiny Dad, I want you to be my tag team partner in my debut. And then we went away from that. We haven't seen giant little Ray son, and we haven't seen any more of that whole thing. Hey, Tiny Dad, I want to be your tag team partner before you retire. How about, hey, Dad, why don't you go rest and let me do this? I got this, bro. Let me be the new Mysterio. Give me the mask. Hand me down the mask. Rey Mysterio the Third. No, we don't do anything interesting. Tiny Dad. I like that. We're going to have to keep using that. Got to write that shit down. Michael Cole then leads us back to the 24/7 bullshit. R-Truth and Kane are at the University of Tennessee. Kane takes him onto the Vol Stadium and introduces him to a security guard or a policeman of some sort. Kane then reveals that the policeman is a referee, and he scares the shit out of R-Truth to the point where he runs face first into the goalpost like a Looney Tunes cartoon. Just like Wile E. Coyote going right off the edge of the cliff. Boom! Right into the thing. Falls down. Kane, Mayor Kane, not Demon Kane in the Mask, Mayor Kane of Knoxville, an official mayor, pins R-Truth on the Vol Stadium at the University of Tennessee, effectively giving Kane more wins than the University of Tennessee on their home field. How about that? I'm sorry, Tennessee people. I'm sorry. I didn't mean. It was an easy shot. I had to take it. Kane is the new 24/7 title and champion. He's got the 24/7 title, and I'm still asking myself, Why are we doing this? Back from the break, we get a look at Baron Corbin winning the King of the Ring again, and they announce that he's going to have his coronation tomorrow night on SmackDown Live, stopping me from having a full-on aneurysm during the show because I don't understand how they could just gloss over something like that. But they fix it. Cesaro versus Mysterio, we talked about. Rey Mysterio is not the wrestler he used to be. Cesaro did have a decent match with this guy, but you all knew Cesaro was only in there to lose and get Rey Mysterio back on his winning track so that we can give a shit when Tiny Dad brings his giant son to work day. The winner of this match, Rey Mysterio. And I really didn't care. Bray Wyatt, we go back to the Firefly Funhouse. He's hanging a new photo on his wall this time. The Wall of Friendship now includes Seth Rollins, and he's got little demon horns and little eyes cut out into a thing, and Bray Wyatt doing his Bray Wyatt thing. And it was great. After this, we got the AOP promo, the PP promo. The KO Twins debuted on Monday Night Raw tonight. These two guys started out speaking English and then went full on into their own language, talking about how they're prize fighters, which I've never fucking heard before in my life. They've never once mentioned this. They came in with Paul Ellering. They were a couple of badass dudes. Nobody ever mentioned fighting for cash. But now they took Kevin Owens' gimmick and they gave it to these guys as a tag team. Well, where do tag teams go to prize fight? Where is their tag team prize fighting? Somebody tell me. I don't know. If you tell me, point me in a direction. Point me in a direction, because I would love to see tag team prize fighting. What's the purse? The manager of the month? Bringing back Paul Ellering? Maybe Paul Heyman. Prize fighters. Give me a break. Sasha Banks and Bayley, the Boston connection, are still absolutely nauseating, even in this heel incarnation of them. I like them both on their own separate islands. I don't need them as a team. What I need them doing is fighting each other, but we are not there, and I will have patience, and I will allow them to give it time, because you gotta have the friendship meld together and mesh well in order for it to be effective when it crumbles apart. So we're going to have to let this happen again. It's going to be nauseating to get through, especially when we have to see them going against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. All of a sudden, Alexa Bliss is gone. They started this matchup, and Alexa Bliss just disappeared. Which just goes to show you everything that everybody criticizes this girl about might be 100% true. She didn't want to work tonight. The girl didn't want to work tonight. You're in a tag team match, and you swayed your ass or showed your tits or did whatever you had to do to the writer to write you out of the match. Because you know what? This match is going to go more than 5 minutes. I think I want to lay on the floor for most of it, sir. Who knows what she does to get this preferential treatment, but Nikki Cross hung in there like a true champion. Nikki Cross showed why she's fucking awesome tonight. She was in there with Sasha Banks and Bayley and actually outperformed Bayley and hung in there with Sasha Banks. I think it was a fantastic showing for Nikki Cross by the end of the whole thing, but there was just no coming back when you have no partner. Your odds are way against you, and Sasha Banks and Bayley would get the win. And at the end of this thing, we don't even see a return by Alexa Bliss. Apparently, there's some sort of an injury to Ms. Bliss. She had to be taken away, which I don't really believe. But Nikki Cross then was going to get her ass kicked by Sasha Banks and Bayley when Becky Lynch came out with a steel chair. And then it got a little bit awkward, and everybody was just kind of calling each other names and holding chairs, and everybody's just like, look at my chair. I have a chair. Hey, you, look at my chair. I have a chair, too. Nobody's going to swing these chairs. Don't use your chair. Don't use your chair. Let's just hold it. And look, you know what? While I'm holding this chair here, check your reflection, Bex, because you got a hair in your face. Why don't you move it? What are you standing there holding chairs at each other? Oh, that's right. We have to wait for the Queen, Charlotte Flair, to make her way down to the... And now we're just redoing everything we did last night. All of a sudden, Becky and Charlotte are drinking tea together again. The Boston Hug connection are together again. And now I feel like I'm in 2017, and it just has nothing really behind it. You want to keep saying, oh, these used to be the 4 horsewomen. Oh, it was the 4... What do you know about the 4 horsewomen? You don't know shit. You haven't told the WWE Universe shit. You haven't showed them shit. Why are we just supposed to care? Why? Why are we supposed to care? Take all 4 of these girls and do something more meaningful. Maybe the draft will fix it. Excellent point. Thank you, Malvin Jackson, for allowing me not to forget the fact that Charlotte Flair, this jabroni of a woman, who I criticize more than anything for doing that ridiculous moonsault because she's going to hurt somebody. She comes out there, traipsing out there in fucking heels. You are going out there to wrestle. How are you wearing heels? You know you have to deliver a kick to Bayley, right? Oh, well, she's going to block it with the chair. Oh, okay, well, you got me there. She was going to block it with a chair, you big fucking idiot. How are you running down to the ramp? How are you running the ramp down to the ring in those... Did you see her coming down all like... Well, on her tippy toes because she didn't want to fall on her giant redwood ass? Oh, let me stop and tippy toe so I can kick Bayley. And what if you would have caught her with the heel of your fucking heel? Oh, a lot of F-bombs dropping. The heel of your fucking heel. Oh my God, what nonsense, you guys. As you can see, as we continue to go down, this just gets worse and worse and worse. They all start swinging chairs eventually. All 4 of them got chairs. They're showing everybody, yeah, look, Charlotte's got a chair now too. Next thing you know, everybody's swinging this and that. Who cares? Who cares? The best part of this whole thing was the picture of Sasha and Bayley when it was all done. They were just kind of leaning up against each other. They looked like they were distraught. And then you see Bayley and Charlotte staring each other down. Like, oh, you're supposed to be my enemy and you helped me? What? We come back from the break. Here we go. Listen to this, because I got another thing I'm going to drop on you guys that probably lots of other people aren't going to realize because people are fucking idiots. But listen to this. Sasha Banks is in the back. She's cutting this promo. She's going to challenge Becky Lynch to a rematch at Hell in a Cell based off of what just happened in the ring. And it's your move, bitch. She ended it with dropping the B-bomb. Oh, WWE being so edgy. Ooh, we're saying the bitch word again. That must make it mature. TV 14. Let's get those ratings up. She said bitch. Oh, Corey Graves said cuck. Oh. Holy cow. And the reason why this is even more wrong is because they went from Sasha Banks' challenge to Becky Lynch to Kane and R-Truth and the 24/7 shit. And R-Truth wins back the 24/7 title at the entrance of the arena that they're at. And then they go to Becky Lynch's response. Now, if you have a keen ear and a keen eye and a functioning brain like we all do, some of you guys may have been lulled into a fucking stupor at this point, so you weren't able to catch it. But I'm going to point this out to you. If you go back and you watch Becky Lynch's promo here, this promo was filmed before everything that went down, if you ask me. There was not one mention of anything that just immediately had happened. Not one. All of Becky Lynch's references pertain to yesterday. She didn't once say, oh, well, I just got you. You know, she didn't mention anything that she did tonight. She talked about last night, and then she said, "Oh, and I want you not at the Hell on the Cell, but in the Hell on the Cell." First of all, it's Hell in the Cell, Miss Lynch. In the cell. Not Hell and the Cell. Not Hell on the Cell. Hell in the Cell. And that promo was pre-recorded. I totally was able to tell. There is no way. Plus, that whole altercation just happened between them minutes before we went to this promo for Becky Lynch. She's not even disheveled. She don't have a hair out of place. You mean to tell me she went back to the Glam Squad and got all fixed up to go out there and read 2 more lines? Not a bruise on her face. Nothing. Stop it. Then we get bam, bam, cat piss and mothballs versus Sausage Woman. Dana Brooke, yeah. Dick lips. Lacey Evans versus Dana Brooke was a fucking train wreck, and that's all there is about it. Let's move along. After the match, Seth Rollins is backstage warming up. He's warming up because a guy that can beat Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar and Triple H should have absolutely no problem with a fucking Robert Roode. He's back warming up. The fuck out of here. Of course, Dolph Ziggler is coming out with Robert Roode because it should have been him, right? He's probably sitting there shooting me in this match. This match was fucking stupid. I don't understand what the point of this match was. Why they're even having this match between the Universal Champion and one half of the tag. Oh, well, they fought last night. They fought last night in the tag match. That's enough to make you want to have that be the main event of tonight's show. Don't you think the main event of Monday Night Raw, when you're having the finals of the King of the Ring, should have been the finals of the King of the Ring, you fucking clueless idiots? My God. This match was unimportant. This match was uninteresting. I will not be nice to Lacey. You're obviously new around these parts. Told you I'm going to shout you out whenever I see it. Every here and there, if something catches my attention. And no, I will not be nice to Lacey Evans. It's just something that I am not going to do. I am very sorry. Y2J Smiley. While your name are 2 wrestlers that I very much respect, I do not respect Lacey Evans. Let's leave it at that. Seth Rollins wins this match by DQ because Dolph Ziggler thought it should have been him, and he jumped in there to watch the finish of this matchup, and then it got way out of hand. Way out of hand. For some unknown reason, the OC comes out, and they want to help the Glorious Rudolphs beat down Seth Rollins. And now here we are, and this man that just defeated the Monster Among Men, this man that has slayed the Beast 2 times, a man that has beat Triple H at WrestleMania, cannot handle 5 men. He cannot beat 5 men on this night. But he could beat Braun Strowman with ease last night. Conversely, Braun Strowman took care of all 4 of them earlier in the evening. Or the 4 tag team champions earlier in the... Seth Rollins couldn't do that, but Braun Strowman, he can't beat Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is beating the shit out of Braun Strowman, but he can't get out of this. He can't get out of this. 5-on-1 beatdown. And of all the people, and I felt stupid, and I feel like I should have fucking known this was coming. We were in Knoxville. We've seen him all night long. And who comes out to save Seth Rollins? Kane. Kane comes out. It's 2019. And now last week we had The Undertaker show up. We had Stone Cold show up. We've had Mick Foley around. Ric Flair. And now keeps getting worse. Should have just brought up the Big Show. Go the whole 9 yards. Make it even worse. And yeah, it was absolutely all a setup for the Fiend. And at first, I didn't realize that because my anger just took over and I was seeing red, and not the red from the Monday Night Raw screen and Kane's entrance, the red that was literally filling my eyes because I think my blood vessels popped. And I think that there was a much better way to go about this. It did not need to have 5 men beating up Seth Rollins. You could have very easily had Kane have something to do with the 24/7 shit in the middle of the ring like you like to do. Make Kane win and then have the Fiend come out and take him out. Leave him laying in the middle of the ring, and then R-Truth picks up the pin, getting back to 24/7 championship. Never once having it have anything to do with the main event or Seth Rollins. And then you could have him come back at the end of the show to scare the shit out of Seth Rollins after now having taken out Kane. Instead of just doing all this shit. Rushed bullshit. Forced bullshit. Nonsense. And while I am appreciative of the Fiend coming out and ending the show, I am appreciative of what they're trying to do, having the Fiend take out all the legends. When you do it in that manner, it takes it away. It takes away from it, rather. With all the extra bullshit and the OC and the Ziggler and the Rude, there's too many players involved. And even though the playing field was completely wiped out for the Fiend and Seth Rollins to take center stage before all was said and done, it was useless. It really was useless. Are you scared for Seth Rollins? Seth Rollins certainly didn't look scared. Are you worried about Seth Rollins? Is anybody worried about Seth Rollins? No. Do you know why nobody's worried about him? Because we all want the Fiend to win. The WWE is going through this phase again. This is what happened to us in the 90s. All these kids that grew up in the 2000s with the John Cena and all that shit, they're ready. They're ready for their edginess. They're ready for their attitude era. And it doesn't have to be the attitude era, but it doesn't have to be this baby bullshit. I've seen it happen the first time, and it was great. They need to do it again. That's how you allow these guys to blossom and become new things. How big will Bray Wyatt be if they allow the reins to truly come off and not hold these guys back? If they continue to make guys like Seth Rollins and Cesaro and even Sasha and Bayley to a point, and Charlotte and Becky continue to read these scripted, ridiculous garbage promos by a bunch of TV hacks that can't make 2 fucking sentences that are coherent and have purpose and bring forward and drive a story, it's fucking useless. It's absolutely useless, you guys. These fans are hungry for it. That's why they want the Fiend. That's why they're into guys like Rusev. They need new. They want different. They want edgy. Now is the time. Hopefully, it's coming. We got the draft on the way. We got AEW on the way. We got NXT moving to Wednesdays. The landscape of professional wrestling is changing right before our eyes, everybody. And it's going to be an interesting fall. I want to know what you guys think. Tell me what you guys think was the best part of tonight's Monday Night Raw. There was a couple of good instances, but honestly, just the same old bullshit to me. Let's see what you guys are saying. I'm going to check out my comments section here, and we are going to check out the chat room as well. What do we see here? We got everybody calling out their years here. Well, if you're bad at math, I told you guys already, I'm 42 years old, so I was born in 1977. I see we have a lot of similar age groupies in here. Jason, 1981, that ain't too far behind. FU, who's next? 1970. My man. See, so you know what I'm talking about, bro. That's why you're always so good in the comment section. You know what I'm talking about. We've lived through all these eras. This is what I have here at this show. You guys don't understand how proud I am of you guys as well. I do have a very educated fan base. Jason pointed it out in the chat room. If you've seen it, he said, this is an educated group. I have an excellently educated group of fans, and I want to keep it that way. We don't have any time for the nonsense of the fucking casual jerk-offs that want to sit here and talk about how great it was. That Sasha Banks is back. Her hair is blue. Bailey's buddies. Until she pops them shits, I don't care about them anymore. Oh my God, I'm working up a sweat. It is fucking humid as balls here in New York City, live from the Sledgehammer TV studios. Thank you guys once again for tuning in to the live Monday Night Raw birthday bash brought to you by your friends here at the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, mainly me. I am a one-man studio. We don't sub out anything. All of your animations, all of your logos, everything you see happening in front of your eyes all comes from this mind right here, and it is all to make this show the best it could possibly be for each and every one of you. I can't tell you guys how much I appreciate it. If your favorite team is the New York Yankees, then you are always welcome in New York, and at least in my neck of the woods. And Rage, my buddy, 1968. You can call yourself the old dude if you want, but honestly, I'm not really that far behind you, my man. But see, that's why we are an educated group, because we're not a bunch of the 18-year-old millennial kids that are sitting there with their hands on their asses and in their phones and checking out what Twitter tells them to like. We actually have functioning brains. We know how to use them and to apply them for thought, and we can do things like math. Malvin's got it right. Everybody hit that like button right now if you had a good time on tonight's show. Thank you so much for coming out and being live with me tonight on my birthday. This was the absolute best part of my day, second only to any minute that I spent with my wife and my daughter. I got some great gifts. I got this awesome shirt. We had a football Carvel ice cream cake. It was the bee's knees, you guys. I had a nice dinner. Everything was going good for me. And then we had to sit and watch Monday Night Raw. And it made me sad on my birthday. But you guys made me happy on my birthday by coming out in force, man. We've had a solid 60 plus people in this, and I can't even believe it. This is the absolute best live show I have ever had. We tried them a couple of times in the beginning, but I really didn't have the tech to do it. I was scared to do this one because I didn't think my tech could handle it, but I got myself a badass $2,000 computer, and I guess it's worth every penny because we did this special review. I don't know how awesome we are going to do this. You got how awesome. I'm reading and talking at the same time. I don't know how often we are going to be awesome and do this live thing, but I'll try to do it, I guess, around special occasions, maybe like, holidays and whatever. You only get one birthday, and maybe we'll make this a yearly thing, but we seem to have a good time tonight, and we will have to see if we gained any subscribers during this show, if it really, really helped in moving the show out. Don't forget, once we leave this show, if you guys want to help me out even more, make sure you rewatch the show when it's over. If you missed the beginning, it's absolutely worth it because you missed the puppet show at the beginning. If you just want to support the show, just go back and watch it in full again. Don't forget to share this video with each and every one of your wrestling buddies all over the wrestling world, just like you guys are my wrestling buddies from every corner of the world that you come from. I cannot thank you guys enough. This night means a whole lot to me, and it's all because of each and every one of you. Tomorrow is SmackDown Live, and for the first time in a long time, we are going to be doing NXT. I think we're going to start it off and review the first show, and then we are going to go with the Wednesday Night Wars, however we decide as a family to cover it. Thank you all so very much. You all know my name. It is Nick Nightmare. This is the team. Thor the Sledgehammer, the official Sledgehammer of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. His tag team partner, the World Heavyweight Champion of all the microphones in all the world, Mr. Blue the Snowball. The most important member of this team, as always, is each and every one of you. That, my friends, is going to do it. We are out of here, and we will see you next time right here on your new favorite wrestling show, the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, only on Sledgehammer TV. Right here on YouTube.com. Thank you again for all the birthday wishes. I appreciate the love. Have a good night, everybody, and we will see you tomorrow night for SmackDown Live as we conclude the Nick Nightmare Monday Night Raw Birthday Bash. Have a good one, guys, and thank you so much for tonight. It was awesome.
Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.